Welcome back to episode 3 of this 4-part series, The Opinion Piece. My guest Charlie Mullins back again. The reason he disappeared last time, he was called, as I mentioned in episode 2, to an emergency announcement from Mr. Nigel Farage about heading up the Reform Party. We weren't going to talk about politics, but we have to a little bit because of what's been developing in the last few days. Charlie, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks very much, Andy, for having us back. So I had to shoot off last time because it was a big announcement, even though we wasn't sure what he was going to say, but we was hoping that he was going to say that he's going to, be the leader of Reform and take it forward.
But as you said just before we started recording, he's not going to win it, but he's going to be in opposition, which is only good for construction. That's
right. Look, I mean, unfortunately, if the election was next year when it should be, then I believe they'd been with a much better chance. But I believe they're going to get more votes than the Conservatives, and I'm looking forward to someone like Nigel calling these people out in the House of Commons when they come up with all this rubbish and lies and nonsense that they come up with. So it's going to be a strong opposition, and really I think that I think they're going to have a no confidence vote in Starmer pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure of that because I don't think he's the man for the job. And you never know, there could be another election before the 5 years, you just never know. But undoubtedly, Nigel Farage is heading towards 10 Downing Street.
But that's good for our industry. We need someone like him. We looked upon it last time, someone that's a bit more on our level. I mean, appreciate, obviously, he's not a working class guy, but he's a lot more on fade with us than...
As you just said, he's a people's person for sure. And, like they say about Marmite, love him or hate him, but, Marmite sales are going through the roof, aren't they? So, he's going to give us all a lot more hope for the future. I don't agree with everything that Reform stand for, such as the Brexit, but that's been and gone. We have to get on with it. Looking towards the future, we need changes, and we cannot continue with Labour and Conservative all the time. It's been a 2-horse race for hundreds of years, and now I think it's a 3-horse race, and undoubtedly they're in a very, very good position. They've had some good people join up with Reform lately, some good money people. Nick Candy, I met him there the other day with the Candy brothers, and a few other people are joining up. And so I think there's a lot of confidence that people have got in Reform, and with Nigel leading it, I think it's a winning formation.
But it's a big tick, the fact that he's speaking to someone like you that's been in our industry for years, started at the bottom, worked your way up, exited doing well. So you wouldn't really have got that much of an invite with Blues or Reds, but it's great for our industry that they're going to be speaking to people like yourself because we can put it back on track where it needs to be.
Yeah, look, you're right on that. I mean, he understands business, he understands the value of entrepreneurs, he understands, working with like the working class people. He's not snobbery, he's not like, he's not wants to send everyone to university. He's realistic, he's honest, and he says what he wants to say, not what people want to hear.
Let's fast forward a few years. Suddenly, Charlie Mullins is wandering in at number 10. What would you do, first of all, for apprenticeships in construction? Because my view is they're not really fit for purpose. I think they need to be rewritten. We talked about it last time, more city and guilds based. But what's your sort of big goal? If he said to you, Charlie, what are we going to do?
Okay, hopefully he will say that to me. I'll come up with the idea I came up with 10 years ago with Cameron and Osborne, and they was quite keen on it. I would make a government-funded apprenticeship scheme across the country. Instead of giving youngsters job benefit money, turn it into a job allowance and give it to the employer. The employer can then double that amount of money, put the same amount in, and obviously pay the apprentice a larger amount of money. And the system would be that when you leave school, you either go into a government-funded apprenticeship scheme, you've got a job, or university. And I feel that would cut down youth unemployment. It would certainly help with the skills shortage that we have. It would cut down with crime on the street, cut down on rehabilitation. It would give youngsters a purpose in life. So it's a pretty straightforward scheme, don't give them job benefit money or job allowance, turn it into a job allowance, give it to the employer. Personally, I think it's a no-brainer. And you know yourself, every youngster that tends to get in trouble, they've not got a job, they've got nothing to do. And as soon as you give someone a job, I think it's a start of their life for them, and makes them feel value in society. And when I was speaking to Cameron and Osborne about it, they loved the idea. They just said it's not that simple to implement. Well, I disagree with that.
Yeah, so
I disagree with that totally. And they would save thousands and thousands of pounds. And I think obviously when the apprentices come out or working, they're putting into the economy instead of draining it. And a government-funded apprenticeship scheme will come in at some stage. Now the Labour are going to get in. I've had a couple of MPs come on to me, want to talk about apprenticeships, but I'm afraid to say I can't work with them type of people because they don't understand business. They're against entrepreneurs, so I'm out on that one with them.
one thing you said about though is what apprentices are paid, because I can't remember what it was, £5.82 or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to get out of bed for that when you can earn double that stuck in shelves and Tesco's?
That's it. I mean, I just don't know why government don't wake up and see what's going on out there. I mean, there's millions of youngsters that are dying to get into work and dying to get an apprenticeship. Why do they not just cater for it? Probably got a better chance now because I think Michael Gove, when obviously he's resigning anyhow with the Conservatives, but all he ever wanted to do was send people to university. I mean, he was a blockage on apprenticeships. And we need someone in there, whether it be me or there's many other guys that have done apprenticeships and know what they're talking about. You just need common sense and somebody knows what understands apprenticeships. I mean, you know yourself. I mean, there's nothing finer than.
But it seems a no-brainer. I don't get the resistance to it. As you rightly say, when you've got a group of young boys and girls, maybe a difficult upbringing or in and out of school a bit, give them a purpose, give them a job, give them a focus that they'll then turn into a career. They're not pulling off, job seekers allowance or whatever it's called these days and trying to sponge off. They're thinking, right, I can go to work and I can earn that money. I can develop myself. I can take more people on. Yeah. I don't know what I'm missing here.
Yourself in life, youngsters need a direction. They don't need, like everything. You've got to do this, you've got to do that. Just direct them. And this is what was said to me 50 odd years ago by a plumber I used to help when I was bunking off school. He said to me, there's a right road and a wrong road. And he said, if you go the wrong road, I don't know what's at the end. It could be prison, it could be death, it could be whatever. If you go the right road, there's a pot of gold at the end of it. And it's obvious then when you direct someone to that, and to make that pot of gold, obviously got to get a job, and it just goes from there to there to there. So that's all it is direction in life. You haven't got to sit there spending hours and hours with people. Wrong road, right road. This is what you can and whether you use me as an example, whether it be a pot of gold, your own house, cars, private plane, holidays everywhere. That's on that road. This road, I think most people can work that one out. I mean, the chances are if you go this road, you ain't even going to get to the end of it because there's so much can go. And that's all it is. It's just direction. Direction in life. A youngster's there. It's like somebody driving a car and they say, how do I get to, Soho, and or if I go the other way, I'll wind up in Dover or something. I mean, it's just direction. And I think more and more now with programs like this going out and sort of showing people what you can achieve by going the right road. Whether it be in the building trade or whether it be just in any job, you must get a job to move forward in life.
We will talk about it in the next episode. I think the key thing is schools, because at the end of the day, in my view, there's two types of people. People that work with this, that are going to go and study or go to university, and people that work with these. And as you say, it may not be a trade, it could be a mechanic, it could be a chef, it could be a nurse, it could be any of those. And I think that's something next week we'll have a chat about. So Charlie, thanks for this week. And join us again next week, the final episode in this special 4-part episodes of the opinion piece. We will be concluding it with Charlie, talking about schools. And also we've got some news on a new venture that Charlie has just started.